I
Good.
think
Yeah.
life itself has been released into all of us, into every state, into all of America, and it's already starting to flow over to other countries, like in the UK and other countries around the world are beginning to grab that as truth for themselves. And I think that has to come first, the reality of what they did and what their intent was. It had to be seen and understood in the heart of everyday Americans, because some of them were still like, no, they're not really that bad. That's not really what they want. But there's been so much of it, one thing after another. They made a lot of mistakes. So I'm just going to push my fail button again.
Maybe.
Hey, good job. Just kidding. Fail. Fail. Fail.
And I can tell you that is what the left has done, because they didn't get all their little ducks in a row. The ducks have started biting them, actually. And even some of the people who followed them, who were paid to do stuff, are coming forward, and they realize themselves, even though they were paid to do something wicked, their life would be taken away like everyone else in America. If the
Mm-hmm.
left and the liberals had their way, they would turn us into a communistic country, and they're not going to do it to America. God has assured me over and over again that will never happen, but people will see and understand what you get when you go after that lifestyle. I think the reality, that's the number one thing that had to happen, was the reality of the majority of America had to see that those were lies, that they were used themselves, they were abused themselves, they were cheated, things were stolen and kept from them, and that was all well planned out by the left. And that reality is hitting hard in many states. And there's this buzz going on online, but not just online, in the streets, even in the store. I've heard people talking about it. So that is a reality of being known, that people realize now they were controlled and on purpose by people they never dreamed would, and different that they would do that or want to do that. But money sells and money buys, but money is not going to steal our country here. So I want to encourage everybody that if you're hearing that buzz going around, make sure you join that and say, yes, God let us know all along. We knew all along that the enemy was involved in all that. So I think that's the major thing, is we're going to hear it not just in the streets or in our churches or in businesses. It doesn't matter where people are. They're all hearing the same thing. The proof has been given, even without seeing the actual physical evidence, because we have lived through this last year in a way that we never thought we would, in times, experiencing times, but the words and the lies and the continual crushing of what America stands for, why God created it, what our hearts want, what our hearts desire. What we voted for was justice, liberty, and freedom. And I think that really had to clearly be seen and talked about everywhere before God could move into his next phase of his plan. But the expectancy that's rising up in the hearts of people everywhere, but especially the prophets right now, is get ready for celebration.
So
And
good.
of course, the Father says that to me all the time: don't stop celebrating. I will set a table in the presence of your enemies. And our enemies right now are the fake government, the illegitimate villain who's put himself in that seat, who has no right and no power, is about to be taken down. And so I'm celebrating with everybody else.